What's up, guys? Welcome back. What's up, guys? Yes, we have a special guest today. In case you couldn't tell. Yeah, Houston, my special guest. So yeah, today we're gonna talk about any NHL. Okay, he wants to introduce himself.
Fat. Hold on. Hey. Fat.
Okay. Anyways, we're gonna talk about
Fat.
So we're gonna talk about any NHL and USHL news for Houston, and then any NHL and USHL news if there is any. There is today, but that's the main new thing on this podcast starting today and for as long as I can. If there's any, talk about any NHL and USHL news from today if there is any. There is today. And then talk about the Stars and the Hurricanes, the conference finals exits. We got eliminated in the conference finals. Those teams, and talk about what's next for them. So yeah, sorry if you hear my baby brother in the background. I mean, sorry that you hear my baby brother in the background. He's kind of cute, but he's kind of.
That is your baby brother.
You literally are younger than me.
I'm your little brother.
Oh, little brother. Okay, all right, little brother. Oh, big kid brother. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, shout out time.
All my little brother.
Yeah. All my social media.
Oh no, bat.
All of the social.
Bat.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
I didn't push you like. Okay. Come back. All of the stop. All of my social medias: X/Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My Twitch, you stop. My Twitch, Discord, my Discord, my Spotify, my website, my USHL, my American football channel, basketball channel, baseball channel, USHL discussion Facebook group with about 5.3 thousand USHL fans, and a Facebook group costing 45,000 big fine fans. All that much more is in the description of this podcast. Oh, and a paragraph and a half of who I am on these podcasts. Another paragraph, how to contact me if you have any comments, questions, about this podcast. All that much more is in the description of this podcast. Subscribe to this channel if you like this podcast. Or follow Spotify, same thing. Sound notification to the channel if you haven't already. Like this episode if you haven't already. If you like this episode in particular, like and Spotify, same thing. And so yeah, and see here, I even got a Google Keep now for NHL news. That's how advanced we are at this point. So let's get into it. From David Pagnotta, I think it's Nada, on X/Twitter, David Pagnotta. Mitch Marner has a list of 7 or 8 teams he's looking at, including Vegas, the Vegas Golden Knights, the Los Angeles Kings, San Jose Sharks, Columbus Blue Jackets, and Anaheim Ducks, are preparing big offers as well. The fourth period. So, what we're saying there is basically Marner has a list of 7 or 8 teams that he's looking at going to, including Vegas, Los Angeles, San Jose, Columbus, and Anaheim, and then they're preparing big offers as well. So Columbus and Anaheim are very. So here's the thing. Here's what's going on here. Marner has a list of 7 or 8 teams he's looking at, including Vegas and Los Angeles. Vegas and Los Angeles are on 2 of those 7 or 8 teams. San Jose, Columbus, and Anaheim are preparing big offers as well. So San Jose, Columbus, and Anaheim are going all in. Columbus is like $40 million to spend this offseason, so why not give him $30 million? I'm kidding, don't do that. I don't think you can do that. Please don't do that. Elliot Friedman. From Elliot Friedman on X. Maple Leafs are considering buyouts in some of the players towards the bottom of the lineup from the 32 Thoughts podcast. So, they're going to make buyouts in players like Holmberg, for example, and stuff like that. So, not that important, but might as well throw that in there. David Pagnotta on X/Twitter, Mitch Marner has not closed the door on a return to Toronto, the fourth period. So yeah, Mitch Marner. So it's not impossible that Marner returns to Toronto. He said, you know what, I'm not fully done yet. You know, like I'm not fully done with Toronto yet. Like it's still a chance that I come back to Toronto. So it's a possibility. Unlikely, but a possibility. Elliot Friedman on X/Twitter. Hurricanes still want a superstar this summer. We'll try again to land Mitch Marner this free agency. 32 Thoughts podcast. So, Again, basically what that's saying is they want a superstar this summer, and Mitch Marner, they're gonna try to get Mitch Marner. They're gonna try again to get Mitch Marner. And David Pagnotta on X Twitter, the Sharks are looking to trade up from the second overall to first overall to select defenseman Matthew Schaefer from the fourth period. So, second overall right now would more than likely be Michael Misa, who's an elite playmaking winger, have the most points in the WHL this season. I think it's the WHL. Wait. OHL? Either OHL or WHL. I think it was OHL. Yeah, OHL for the Saginaw Spirit. He played phenomenal with Zane Perek, and elite playmaking winger, super good and efficient on the power play, can create his own plays, very high hockey IQ, and just a very good winger, pretty good skater too. He's a little undersized, and he shows a little bit lackluster effort at times, and his defensive game does definitely need some improvement at some times, so it's still pretty decent, not a defensive liability, but elite playmaking winger who's very good and efficient on the power play as well, can also produce a 5-on-5 offense, but needs to show a little bit more effort at times. He does show a lot of effort, but there's sometimes they need to show a little bit more effort. He's definitely a bit undersized, and then he's like 5'10", 180 pounds, something like that. I think even less than 180 pounds, like 174 or something like that. And then some parts of his defensive game, they definitely need improvement. But Matthew Schaefer supposed to go first overall. They're neck and neck, Schaefer and Misa. Schaefer is the number one two-way playmaking defenseman who's very good skating, elite playmaking, phenomenal vision, great hockey IQ, has a pretty good shot as well on him, can quarterback the power play, very good on the power play, very good at 5-on-5. He's very good all around two-way for a potential number one defenseman of the future for the Islanders assuming they keep their pick. And Matthew Schaefer is a very good player. So both are very good options. Sharks say, hey, we want a number one defenseman of the future. Matthew Schaefer can be that guy for us, and that's who we want right now. We'd rather have him more than we would have somebody like then we would rather have a Michael Misa. Both are very good players. But it depends what you want. If you want a number one defenseman of the future, you get Matthew Schaefer. If you want a very good top six winger, with elite playmaking, can get in the first power play unit and produce great offensive numbers, you can get Michael Misa. So it depends what you want. Clearly the Sharks say, hey, we need a number one defenseman in the future. There's some other teams out there be like, dude, we need a consistent top six potential first line winger in Michael Misa who can. Why is my cat on my computer? What in the world are we doing? I love you, Blaze. That's my cat's name. Hi, Blaze. You didn't have to jump on my computer. I'm petting him right now. But yeah, it depends what you need. It really depends what you need and what you want. So that's what it comes down to. Hopefully he's gonna step on my computer. Wait. Yo, bro. Go around my computer. Let's go over there. Over there. Thank you. Okay. Mute that again so you don't have to hear any notifications. Stop knocking stuff over. Blaze knocking over. Are you tired? You can go to bed down there. I can put the fan on you if you want. Want to put the fan on you?
No.
Are you tired?
No.
Are you sad?
Yeah.
Why? I had to help my little brother. He wants to join back on the podcast. And Adi, his stuffed pet, Adi, wants to join. Hold up. Alright. So, yeah, let's talk about the Hurricanes here. How you doing?
Good.
Good. So, for the Hurricanes, I mean, again, they fall short because of the goal scoring. Inability to have a number one goal scorer on their team. Snetchikov went blank in the Conf finals. Sebastian Aho scored 2 goals in the game 5. But besides that, he wasn't really that much of an impact. Jarvis scored a big goal in game 5. Besides that, he wasn't that much of an impact when it came to scoring goals. Yes, the same thing as Sebastian Aho when it came to scoring goals. But, like, they have, $28 million to spend this off season, so they can go get a Marner. Marner's more of like a 25 to 30 goal scorer. I would say like 30 goals, 70 assists, 100 point type of guy. More than like a 30, like that's what you can get. I would take 30 goals, 70 assists from a guy like that who can really run a line. And you can say that he doesn't get the goal scoring, but he can elevate other players to get more goal scoring. You can play in a line with Sebastian Aho and Andrei Snetchikov, Sebastian Aho and Seth Jarvis, and really make that line to elevate Sebastian Aho and Seth Jarvis so they could put the puck in the back of the net, or he can get 30 to 35 goals himself and put the line on his back. So it seems Mitch Marner would really help that team when it comes to that, because he can elevate players like Sebastian Aho, Seth Jarvis, Snetchikov, whoever he plays with. The only really notable UFAs are Jack Roslovic, Eric Robinson, Brent Burns, and Dmitry Orlov. Dmitry Orlov and Brent Burns could probably walk, realistically. Brent Burns is old, not really that useful anymore. Dmitry Orlov really had a terrible conference finals, so yeah, you let him walk. He wasn't that impressive. I think you can re-sign Roslovic and Robinson for a combined like $5.5 million. And you still have, let's see here, like $22 million, actually a little bit more than $22 million, like $22.5 million. You can go out and sign up Mitch Marner for an 8x13. Say you sign him for an 8x13.5, or 8x13. You got him, and then you still have, let's see, like $9 million to spend. You could also go out and get like another $5 to $6 million, like a $5 million player, to add to more middle 6 presence or top 4 presence. Oh, like Big Brother's stuffed otter is on my computer right now, isn't he? So yeah, I mean, everybody else is locked up for mainly for quite a while. I mean, Martin has got 2 years left in his deal. I think that also you should move away from, move off of Jesper Kakaliemi, who's been an atrocious second line center. He hasn't been atrocious, but hasn't been second line center level. He's more of a third line center. And so you can let his $4.82 million contract go, and you can use him and your remaining salary cap, whatever you have left, to go out and acquire Erik Karlsson. So what you do there is you can go throw in like a B+ to A- prospect, like one of your 2 best prospects, Jayden Perron, and I don't know who the other guy is I'm thinking of, but Jayden Perron and Dustin Poirier, I think is the guy I was thinking about. One of your 2 best prospects, one of those 2 like B+ prospects, and either a first or a second round pick. Maybe it'll probably take a little bit more, I don't know, but like something like that. Going in a package. Go get Erik Karlsson, who's really what you need. A puck moving, all offensive defenseman who can really drive the play and carry the team when it comes to offense, but he's really bad defensively. He's actually quite a defensive liability. And Jordan Staal is the best defensive defenseman in the NHL, and Erik Karlsson's still one of the best offensive defensemen in the league. So Erik Karlsson can make up for Jordan Staal's lack of offense, and Jordan Staal can make up for Erik Karlsson's lack of defense, and that could be like the perfect ideal pairing for the Hurricanes. Karlsson can also drastically improve their power play while quarterbacking the first power play unit, and just really improve this roster in many different ways to get the offensive scoring boost that they need from the D pair, from the D core. So you get a pure offensive defenseman in Erik Karlsson, you get a superstar Mitch Marner, you can go get another like $4 to $5 million player to add some middle six, just some depth in general, or like a couple like $2-3 million players with bottom six depth, and really just bolster up this roster. And if you're able to do that, this team's coming in the next season looking to win the Pacific Division likely with that roster, try to make a deep playoff run with that roster, and that's a roster that you really go all in with at that point. So that's what I think I would do with the Hurricanes. And you could say like they go get a John Gibson, but they kind of made their intentions clear that they like this goaltending tandem. I don't know why. I don't personally. I mean, it's okay. But do you really think it's much of an upgrade of John Gibson versus a healthy Freddie Anderson? I don't think it is. Freddie Anderson's stats, if you look at Freddie Anderson's stats, regular season and playoffs, it's very, very good. Very similar to John Gibson, similar age. As you can see, Freddie Anderson's still locked up for next season, and Peter Kochetkov locked up to 2027. So Freddie Anderson and Kochetkov are on contract currently, so they're going to be rocking that goaltending tandem for at least next season, through next season, and we'll see what happens there. So overall, that's what I'm kind of thinking Hurricanes should do, but we're going to have to see what they do. But they have so much money to spend this free agency, we're just going to have to see. They will be a better team next season. I can almost guarantee you that, and they'll probably win the Pacific next season because that Pacific Division is pretty weak. If Jack Hughes and the Devils can stay healthy, I think they're going to give the Hurricanes a run for the money when it comes to winning that division, especially if the Devils can bolster up some of their forward core this free agency. But if they're unable to do either one, and like Jack Hughes and the rest of the Devils teams aren't healthy, and they're unable to bolster up the forward core of the free agency, yeah, they're going to be slacking. I think the Rangers will be much improved with Mike Sullivan behind the bench, a full-season JT Miller, and hopefully they get a good draft. And Adam Fox continues to do good. If they can re-sign Keandre Miller maybe, and just bolster up the D-core a little bit. They can make some trades. They can make some free agent signings. Something, I don't know. Bolster up the D-core a little bit. The forward core is already really good, and obviously you have arguably the best goalie in the league in Igor Shesterkin. So, I mean, yeah. Sorry for that slamming. By the way, I'm very barely playing with some toys, but yeah. Yeah. So overall, that's what you're kind of doing for your Hurricanes. Last, certainly not least, I don't think they're least, I don't really make an argument. Anyways, it's the Dallas Stars. The Stars are in quite an interesting situation. So, first thing I'm going to say here is this thing needs low. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Actually, that's what I'm talking about it. I cannot help you with these ads, by the way. I'm sorry about these ads. Can't really help you with that. If the thing loads, that'd be ideal.
I'll be showing this. What? That out.
Okay, we're just gonna run with it at this point. So yeah, the Stars, you can see they have less than $5 million to spend this offseason. So it'd be like, well, before I even scroll down the UFAs, they don't have a first-round pick for the next 2 seasons, and they don't have a second-round pick this season, so they don't have much draft capital, like actually quite bad draft capital. They have less than $5 million to spend this offseason. So let's see. You must be like, you might be thinking like, well, they must not have like any notable free agents if they don't have that much money. Like, no, that's not at all true, because they got Mikko Rantanen for $12 million until 2033. Sagan's still making about $10 million. Obayan's making about 8.5. Johnson's making about 8.4 till 2030. Roberts is making $7.75 million until next season, which is until he's at RFA. Marchman's making 4.5, which isn't terrible. But yeah, they do have notable UFAs. They have Jamie Benn, Matt Duchene, Evgeny Dadonov, Mikhail Grenlin, Colin Brackwell, Maverick Bork, Cody Ceci, and Nils Lundqvist. So, you must be thinking, how are they going to do this? I don't know. First thing you do is sign Maverick Bork to whatever he wants. Not whatever he wants, but sign Maverick Bork up. He's good, 23, sign him up. Any remaining money, I think you try your hardest to get, you let CC go, obviously. You try to get Dumba and Labushkin off your books. Get those combined, like, almost like about $7 million off your books. If you can get those $7 million off your book, package them up with like a third round pick. Second or third round pick to like a rebuilding desperate team like the Blackhawks or Sharks or something like that. They'll take on that team. They'll take on that deal. Sign trade them away. Free up like $7 million in cap space. You sign Maverick Bork already with that little bit less than $5 million you have, and then use the rest to sign somebody else. We can re-sign like maybe Duchene, maybe if he's going to take a discount, likely not. Grunlund, if he takes a discount, likely not. He's probably going to go get a bag of free agency. So you're going to have to see what you do with the remaining $7 million. You might just keep it. You might wait. Trade Robertson is a possibility. You might just wait till Robertson and Harley's contracts are up next summer and just try to make a move there. I do think that they should fire Pete DeBoer, their head coach, because I was originally of the mind that's like, you got him to 3 straight Western Conference Finals. Like, that's really good. Why do you fire that guy? The reason why you fire him is because, he hires their floor, so the floor is the Western Conference Finals, but he lowers the ceiling. Like, it's Western Conference Finals, and then that's it. He is notorious for not being able to get over the hump when it comes to Western Conference Finals. He just doesn't give you over the hump. You need another coach that's going to get you over the hump, and he's clearly not that guy right now. So you need to get a new coach in the room. They're definitely going to take a hit next season, especially when it comes to depth. They're going to take a hit. So I expect them to be slightly worse next season. I wouldn't say a lot worse, just so it'll be a pretty safe playoff team, like a really safe playoff team. But still be a safe playoff team, but I don't know how much contending there will be. At least the coach is like really good, and some of the players, like Jason Robertson, has a big. Sorry, don't worry about it. Anyways, it looks like players like Robinson have a big bounce back. Johnson has a big bounce back. Rope Hentz has a big season. Tyler Sagan's healthy for a full season, has a big season. Branson has a full season as a star. He produces like a superstar, top 15 player should. And then players on the defense like Heiskanen is healthy for the full season. Harley's healthy for his whole season. So it's a strong possibility. And Andre obviously needs to have a big season. So it's like a strong possibility if the coach is good and a bunch of the players step up big time. Like they're pretty good defensively, like maybe not the right side of the defense. Heiskanen and Harley is good. So when they get off with Dumba and Labushkin and bring up like Liam Bichelle, might need to play more minutes and some other prospects or something like that. Figure out something for your defense. Not Dumba and Labushkin though. Get that like $7 million off your books though. So yeah. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's podcast. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Gives you a morning, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time you're watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you like this podcast, follow and clarify the same thing. Turn on post notifications to the channel if you haven't already. Like this episode if you like this episode in particular. Like it, Spotify, same thing. And turn on post notifications YouTube channel if you haven't already. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed today's episode 17 of season 11 when we talk about the conference finals exit talk. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 18 of season 11 when we go over the Stanley Cup final preview, break down the Stanley Cup final. So yeah. I will see you there. Peace.